There's a moment every spring when people celebrate their tax refund like it's a surprise bonus. And I get it. Seeing a big deposit hit your account feels amazing. But here's the slightly unsexy truth. A huge refund usually means you spent the entire year giving the government an interest-free loan. You didn't earn that money in April. You already earned it all year long. You just didn't get to use it. In 2025, with prices still feeling sticky and savings rates actually paying something again, keeping more of your paycheck throughout the year can be a bigger quality of life upgrade than any budget hack. It can reduce credit card reliance, help you build an emergency cushion faster, and make your financial system feel less like you're holding your breath until tax season. The goal isn't to owe a scary amount when you file. The goal is to land near zero, maybe a small refund, maybe a small amount owed, so your money works for you all year instead of showing up once like a seasonal cameo. Here's how to do a calm paycheck tune-up. Start by reframing what you're adjusting. You're not changing your taxes, you're changing your withholding, the amount taken out of each paycheck in advance. Your actual tax bill is based on your income, deductions, credits, and filing status. Withholding is just how you prepay that bill. So if you consistently get a giant refund, that's usually a sign your withholding is too high. If you consistently owe a lot, withholding is too low, or your income changed mid-year. Now, before you touch anything, do a quick last year versus this year check. The biggest reason people get surprised at tax time is that life changed and withholding didn't. Maybe you got married, had a baby, took a second job, started a side hustle, got a raise, or switched to 1099 work. Any of those can knock the old settings out of alignment. If this year looks basically like last year, your adjustment can be small and confident. If this year is different, you want to be slightly more cautious. Next, find one simple anchor, your most recent pay stub. Look for federal withholding, state withholding, and pre-tax deductions like 401k, HSA, and health insurance. You're not doing full tax math here. You're just getting a feel for what's happening automatically. People are often surprised by how much is being withheld because it hides in plain sight. If you're a W-2 employee, the main tool is your W-4. This is the form that tells your employer how to withhold. The easiest and safest way to tune it isn't guessing. It's using your employer's payroll system or the IRS withholding estimator, and then updating your W-4 based on the results. But even without fancy tools, you can still do a responsible adjustment by following one core principle. Make small changes, then verify. Here's the safe move that keeps you from accidentally creating an April problem. Instead of trying to perfectly zero out your refund in one shot, aim to shift part of it into your paychecks. If you usually get, say, a $3,000 refund, imagine spreading that across the year. That's roughly $250 per month. If your paychecks are bi-weekly, that's about $115 per paycheck. You don't need to hit that exact number. The point is understanding that your refund has a paycheck-sized shape. Then you do the second part that makes this strategy actually work. You catch that extra take-home pay on purpose. If you just increase your paycheck and let it float in checking, lifestyle creep will quietly claim it, and you'll wonder why nothing changed. The move is to set an automatic transfer the day after payday into something useful. Your emergency fund, a sinking fund, or your Roth IRA. That way, your refund turns into 12 months of progress, not 12 months of slightly fancier takeout. This is the part people miss. The win isn't bigger paycheck. The win is bigger paycheck that automatically turns into savings or debt payoff. Now let's talk about the big fear, owing money. Owing a little isn't bad. It can actually mean you did withholding well. The problem is owing a lot when you weren't prepared for it. The simplest guardrail is to keep a small tax buffer in savings, even if you're adjusting withholding. Think of it like a seatbelt. You probably won't need it, but if your income rises mid-year or you get unexpected bonus pay, you're covered. This matters even more if you have side income. If you freelance, do gig work, or have a small business, your paycheck withholding may not cover what you owe on that extra income. That's how people get blindsided. In that situation, the calm strategy is to treat taxes like a subscription. Every time side income hits, skim a percentage into a do-not-touch tax bucket. That way, April becomes a paperwork moment, not a panic moment. Another common surprise comes from bonuses. Some employers withhold bonuses at a flat rate that might be higher or lower than what you actually owe depending on your bracket. The fix isn't to stress about every bonus. It's to remember that bonuses can skew your refund or your bill. If you know a big bonus is coming, keep your adjustment modest and review again afterward. If you're married, this gets even more important. Two incomes can create withholding weirdness if both jobs withhold as if they're the only income in the household. That's how couples end up owing unexpectedly. The calm approach is to treat your taxes like a joint project. Align withholding so the household total matches reality, not each paycheck acting alone. There's also a psychological benefit to getting this right that doesn't get enough love. It makes your money feel less seasonal. You don't spend the year feeling slightly tight and then catch up with a refund. You feel steadier month to month. That steadiness reduces financial anxiety, which reduces impulse spending, which, ironically, can make you wealthier even without earning more. If you want a super simple version of a paycheck tune-up, here it is. Reduce your refund a little on purpose, then automate the extra money into something that improves your life. Start small, review after a couple paychecks, and don't try to be perfect in one move. The win is control, not precision. And if you're someone who genuinely loves the refund because it forces savings, you can keep the spirit while upgrading the method. Instead of waiting for the IRS to save for you, create your own refund by setting an automatic transfer into a dedicated account labeled My Refund. Let it build all year, earn interest, and then use it for something meaningful: travel, debt payoff, investing, without giving up the money's earning power or your flexibility. A big refund feels good for a moment. A better paycheck all year feels good every week. That's the real upgrade.